Always getting it in. Your man DJ Ekin, Tampa's most connected DJ. Here with a dude I've been feeling for a while. Dude, it's my first time to get to talk to you,
man.
the one and only
Yes,
J. Cole.
How you doing, bro?
How is it, man?
It's good, man. It's good. Blessed. Working.
You on the road?
On the road. Just started this tour. It's What Dreams May Come. It's my biggest tour so far.
Right.
It's huge.
Let me. I like to ask a lot of artists this because what is the one thing that has happened to J. Cole since this all started that J. Cole did not expect at all that has surprised him the most?
You don't think about like the fanfare. Like I never thought about like I always want to be acknowledged as like, oh man, Cole, he the best, or he's one of the best, or like I wanted the music to be appreciated. Like I love that song or I love that album, but
right.
I never imagined that people like literally live for you, like or live. You know, people would tell you like, yo man, your song kept me alive. I was contemplating suicide. Like they come up and tell you stuff that's so real,
right?
That it's like, whew, and you got to realize like, oh, this music really did have that effect. But I never actually thought about that part. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a little more realer than I even anticipated.
Right.
And it's ill, it's dope, but I just didn't think about that part.
From what I understand and I've read about you, you real like, you know, a lot of artists, they're MCs or they're rappers, as I say, and you know, not even that, they're singers or whatever, but they're not, you know, they don't always write. They're not really like always in tune because, you know, management guides things, label guides things. From what I understand, you like real hands-on with how you want the J. Cole thing to feel, how you want the J. Cole movement to look, how it gets addressed.
For sure, I'm like a control freak, for sure, and a perfectionist. So, I mean, like even the production of my music.
Right.
I got like, you know, the warm-up Friday Night Lights, these were my mixtapes. And then I got these 2 albums I put out and I'm producing all of this music, you know what I mean, from scratch. So even from that down to the mixing of the album, like I'm very hands-on to the Power Trip video. It's like I came up with the concept, I'm sitting with the directors, even the Crooked Smile video that's about to come out. Like I did like 10 edits of this one part where the music fades out and I just like, yo, we didn't get it right, I need you to fade it out more. You know,
right.
I'm super hands-on because I just feel like at the end of the day, whether I succeed or fail, I want it to be on me, you know what I mean, as much as it possibly can. I don't want it to fail and be able to, I don't want to have to point at somebody else. I should point at myself and be like, yo, you're the reason why. I can live with that.
Right. So with this new album then, you know, the infamous term, sophomore jinx, and you know, you had, you know, you came in with all kinds of fanfare. Jay-Z's first artist, you know, the Rock Nation umbrella. Yeah. Everybody's like the lyrics stand up, and then you know you got to go in and you make a record. Then this record comes out, and you have a lot of success on that first album.
Yeah.
So when you go in to make that second one, though, the pressure?
Nah, no pressure because my second album was really like my fourth album. Because people don't know, like you know, but the mixtape world, became. And around 2009, when Drake put out So Far Gone and I put out the warm-up, these mixtapes started to sound like albums.
Right.
So my first mixtape, that was my second mixtape, but the first one that got me real fans was an album.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the exception of a few freestyles. And then my second mixtape was like my second album. So by the time my first album came, it was really like my third album.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this album is like my fourth. So that sophomore jinx didn't even apply to me. And it doesn't apply to a lot of people because, you know, you look at somebody like Drake, same thing. His second album was really like his third, or you know, even Kendrick. You know, he put out Good Kid, Mad City. But if you was riding with him from the beginning, you know that he had other projects that you could look at like albums.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be doing myself justice if I ain't ask you this. And you an MC, so I know. To me, I think that you appreciate it the way I appreciate it. The chaos behind the Kendrick verse.
Oh yeah, I don't answer that question. I haven't answered it yet.
Really?
Yeah, I don't answer it. It's just they built it up like way too much. So I don't even answer it.
But I know. Well, I'll put it this way: you gotta consider yourself top 5, top 10 MCs is out right now. Top 3, number 1. Where's
for sure?
Where's J. Cole? Top
1.
1.
1.
You don't even worry about it.
I don't think about it.
Let me give you this. You moved to New York, if I'm not mistaken, from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Going into a city that's real hip hop.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, 8 million people.
Right.
I went to a city with 200,000, maybe 150,000 when I moved out, probably, to a city with 8 million people.
Right.
Feeling like I could be the one. I could be the one dude amongst all these people to really get a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
That right there is ridiculous. Number 2, you're right. I thought I was moving to a mecca, a hip hop mecca. Like in my childish mind, I was 17, 18. I thought I was gonna go up there and everything was gonna look like 8 Mile. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was gonna be freestyle battles. I thought I was gonna go every week.
Right.
And then when I got up there, it was not. The scene was dead. hip hop in New York City was kaput.
Right.
It was finished. And even the open mic spots I did go to, it'd be like 10 people in there. You know what I mean? It was like, it was nothing like I imagined. But ultimately, that helped me stand out more because when I was bringing this brand of rap that was actually closer to New York hip hop than what the New York rappers was doing at the time, because all the New York rappers was on down south beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was on like same beats Jeezy was on, and then here I come in this city with like a song like Lights Please or like a song like Lost Ones that I Get Up, or some of these classic songs I got that was a breath of fresh air to all the New York people. Like I remember having my music passed around in Queens, and all these dudes in Queens just like, yo, who is that? Who is that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it was just refreshing. So yeah, I moved to New York just with the audacity to think that I could make it, and it worked out.
But you know, though, man, those are the kind of stories to me that I love for people to hear, because that's that confidence in you first.
Word.
So we there, and now we at this tour that you on right now. We got this album, and we got these records, this big record with, come on, Miguel. I don't know how to forget that.
Yeah.
Miguel, the Power Trip record. Let me get into what made you decide to work with TLC, though. What made you say, I'm gonna do this TLC thing?
Yeah, because, man, I'm a TLC fan, first of all. I used to just play their tape. You know, they had that first tape I used to play when I was a kid, and I had a major crush on them. And then the crush got realer because I was older when they dropped Crazy, Sexy, Cool. And it wasn't just a crush. It was like the music was phenomenal, too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a mixture of that. And they had these huge records that were positive, like Waterfalls and Unpretty. So when I made Crooked Smile and I came up with the concept and finally produced the beat and finished my verses, and then finally came up with a hook with this girl that I had met in the studio, when we wrote the hook, it was like, oh man, I would love to hear TLC sing this, because I want to hear their voice. I ain't heard their voice in so long, and I want to hear it on my song. You know what I'm saying? Same thing I did with Missy on Nobody's Perfect. Like I put Missy Elliott on this song, and everybody was like, why you do that? And of course they were happy about it, but they asked me why I did it, and it's just like, yo, I was a fan. This is really somebody I listen to, and just because they haven't been heard in a while doesn't mean I don't have the right to go get them. And that's how it was with TLC. Dope too. And they still dope, clearly. You know what I mean? Because you hear the way they singing, you know, and you can tell they still got it.
So they come see this live show, you and Wale on the road.
Yeah.
What can the fans expect?
Man, just know, man, this is first of all, we're doing almost the entire album, Born Center album. And it's not just a show. We're not just performing these songs. First of all, the stage, I spent way too much money on this, on the lighting and stuff, but it was worth it because the lighting is amazing, the production is amazing, and we try to take you through a story. You know, it's like a play. Imagine going to see a Broadway play. We try to set it up like that, you know what I mean, to the best of our ability, and still give you a great show with the songs.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's something the fans need to see.
Of course, yeah. It's beyond your money's worth. It's at least double what you're paying.
So you're on the road till all the way through December.
All the way to December, yeah. We do the States up until the end of October. Then we go overseas and do the UK and Europe from November till mid-December. And we come back, we'll do Canada, and we'll see where we at next year.
All right. Well, for those of us, not myself, but the people that are living under a rock, the album's out right now, and it's called?
Yeah, Born Center is the album. Please go get it if you don't have it already.
Right.
Crooked Smile is the single right now with TLC. Pop radio, I'm begging you, please, man, give your boy a shot. I know I'm not, you know, I'm not one of those guys, man, but come on, dog.
You're one of those guys, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those guys, but you know what I mean.
Can you do this for me? Because I like to get this before we get out of here. Can I get that one piece of advice for a young kid that looks up to J. Cole and he's like wondering if he could do it? Maybe not even be a rapper, but just, you know, he wants to.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like to talk to like aspiring rappers. I mean, not that I don't like to talk to them, but like it feels weird trying to encourage them to be rappers. I want to encourage them to do something else. But regardless of what you want to do, whether it be a rapper or a doctor, you're going to hit a time when it's hard. Right. You know what I mean? When it feels like, man, I don't feel like doing this, or like this is too tough, and it's like a long road ahead of you. You just got to always visualize the final product. Like if you want to be a photographer, you got to always visualize yourself making a living doing something you love, being in Africa, capturing the most beautiful sights ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have to visualize that, and that'll get you through the times when you're struggling and shooting your cousin's wedding for like $20. You know what I mean?
Right.
That'll get you through that. Always keep your mind on like the end result and where you want to be. And if you do that, then everything else will line up and get you there.
It's the dude, J. Cole, man.
Word.
We could talk all day, man. I'm going to let
Word
you get
up.
back, man, and I appreciate it. And when you come through Tampa again, let's get up, all right?
Yeah, I got you, bro. Thank you,
MyPlace, the dude, J. Cole, as big as it gets. So, all those other people who don't know about it yet,
Yeah.
it's a movement right there, all right?
Oh, man.
We gone.